What's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode. Judging by the title of the video, you guys have an idea as to what the heck is going on. So I did a little bit of maintenance on the car. So if you guys saw from the previous time I worked on this car, I walnut blasted my intake ports. So that cleaned up all the carbon buildup that I had on all of my intake ports and all the valves. Now there was a lot of crap on there, and it did like a really good job at cleaning everything up. If you guys saw the video, you'd see a really big difference from before and after. When I went to go and turn the car on, I didn't exactly show a video of that. And well, the Mini's not exactly running the greatest still. So I told you guys I had a misfire in cylinder 4. The misfire is a little bit better now that the intake is all cleaned up and the engine is like basically running better, but I still have a misfire. So I have a couple indications to where it could be from. Unfortunately, it could be either any of the intake seats. Because of all the extra carbon buildup, there might have been some spots that got some off. There might have been some spots that have been left on with a little bit of carbon. And because of that, it's not making a perfect seal. So because of the extent of this bad cylinder head, what I might have to do is take it apart and rebuild it. But what I think I might do while I'm at it is, if I'm going to be spending all that money, if I'm going to be taking half of the engine apart, I might as well take the other half of the engine apart, the entire bottom end, and rebuild that as well. Because I want to make more power down the road, if I can make a strong engine before I basically put on a bigger turbo, I'll be laughing. And that's kind of what I want to do. But it kind of sucks because I've been putting all this money into the car and I haven't been able to enjoy it. Like, even after doing this, I was expecting, okay, sweet, I can show you guys the wheels and tires on the car. I showed you them, but I didn't really make a review on them yet. I haven't shown you guys the difference of the 215s that I had versus these super sticky 255s that I have on the car now. I can't enjoy it. Why? Because my car isn't friggin' drivable. I'll turn the car on and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, but it's not exactly running the greatest. You guys will see. If you guys remember from before, the idle was horrible, so it wouldn't really idle that nicely, and you get a constant misfire in cylinder number 4. Now right now, it still does have that misfire, but it's nowhere near as bad. The idle is a lot better. You can still hear like the little pinging from the direct injection motor, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. So I'll show you quickly. The check engine light on the top center is still there. That is still the misfire from cylinder 4. So whatever I've done didn't exactly solve it. It did make it a little bit better, but it's still not perfect. I want to do a cylinder leak down test to determine where the actual leak is coming from. So right now, cylinder 4 is not creating the proper compression that it needs. So I'm guessing it's the valves. It could also be a whole bunch of other things. It could be a head gasket. It could be piston rings. It could be a whole bunch of other things. I'm going to do a cylinder compression test just to determine, yes, it's still number 4 that's being the issue. After that, I will show you guys how to do a cylinder leak down test. The leak down test is going to tell you where that leak is coming from, and it's going to show you where you're not making that full compression. I'm not going to be doing that today. I have other stuff on the go, but the Mini, that is basically where that stands. I really want to get this thing going, and the sooner that I get the engine rebuilt or the top cylinder head, whatever I actually have to fix, the sooner I get that fixed, the sooner I can drive it and enjoy it. So enough with that, onto this thing. What's happening with this? Well, I did one simple mod the other day. I didn't really put it on camera only because I didn't really think it was significant, but I put in clear side markers up front. I think it really changes the look of it, considering all the lights, and there's, well, nothing else up front that has color. All the other lights and lenses are all clear. So I decided to go with that. Looks clean, and if I want to down the road, maybe if I want to make it like completely original, I'm gonna like be able to put that back in, so that's not a big deal. Maintenance is next though with this thing. I bought a whole bunch of things for this to take care of basically the 20 years of this car being used. I don't know what the previous owner did to this car. I don't know any of the service history. So, I mean, I'm basically in the dark. So the way that I'm looking at this car is that if this thing was completely neglected, what does it need? So I'm going to change out all the fluids, spark plugs, filters, all that stuff. But it's coming together nice. I like the color combo. I'm not exactly a huge fan of the fact that this part, like the door, was repainted, and you can kind of see a color difference between those two panels. It's not super noticeable, but it's kind of bugging me. But if you look away from that, the car looks nice. I like it. The car's been a lot of fun. But I want to make this thing more reliable. I want to get this thing basically up to spec. And next up, though, is suspension on this as well. I want to take care of the suspension and get that sorted before I do anything. I bought a couple aftermarket adjustable control arms to take care of basically all the alignment angles. And then once I get coilovers for this thing, it's basically going to be good to go. I'll slap the coilovers in, bring it to an alignment shop, and the 240 is going to be good to go. Next up, let's talk about this girl. So I have had this thing basically sitting in the driveway since, what, a month and a bit ago, or however long ago I told you guys that you guys had the opportunity to take this car home for $100. So I went ahead and I did a couple other things to the car. I put in new brake pads up front, so those are good to go for the new owner. I finally installed the rear tray and the C-pillars in the inside of the car. Now, I haven't had those installed in the car for, I don't know, years. When I went ahead and installed aftermarket speakers, I didn't even have to take off the tray because I had it out when I removed my stock sub so I could put in my dual subs in the back. But yeah, that's finally in. Sales for this thing, they are going good. You guys did have a lot of questions. I answered a lot of them in emails. But from the looks of it, I'm not sure if I'll be able to go through all 250 tickets. I already sold a decent amount of them, but there's still a decent left for sale. So what I think is going to happen is I'll be giving everyone their money back. I have no problem doing that. I'll give everyone their money back, and if someone wants to pick up this car and buy it straight out, they have the opportunity to. But the Accord has been great. I've loved this thing, but it's going to be sad letting this thing go, but at the same time, I kind of need it gone. Considering I'll be getting the Mini on the road, the 240 on the road, I'm not going to need a third car. Now, I do understand this is reliable, but at the same time, I have to look for a winter vehicle. So something that'll get me from A to B in the winter safely, reliably. I'm kind of thinking about getting a new daily. If you guys have any suggestions for something like that, let me know. Or hell, even if it comes to it, I might bring this thing down to a dealer and see what they'll give me for it. I don't know, I haven't gotten that far, but we still have a little bit of time for the ticket sales. If you guys want a ticket, send me an email at milanmonstrosity@gmail.com, but I don't think I'll be going through that. So at the 2-month term, once the 2-month is done, if I don't go through all 250 tickets, I will be happy to send each and every one of you guys a refund for your money. I'm not here to scam you. I'm not here to do anything stupid, but if you want the opportunity to take this thing home, all it takes is $100. This could be yours. All the mods, all the stock parts, everything. She's been so nice to me, extremely reliable. She looks nice too. I'm gonna miss this thing. But it's time to move on, unfortunately. What a pretty girl. I'm really gonna miss it. I wanted to give you guys a quick update as to what's going on with all my cars, so there you guys have it. All 3 cars, that's what's going on with them. I wasn't expecting the Mini's motor to pooch out on me like this, but it is a little hiccup. I wasn't expecting for it to happen, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to get it fixed, only because Apple just released a new set of computers, and I bought one, not expecting this thing to die on me. So that is something that I have to basically save for. The kit that I'm looking for this to rebuild this thing, parts alone, I'm looking at spending over $2,000. So it's going to be a little expensive, but it's going to be worth it because the Mini is going to be working. I want to take the head off and see if I can fix it without actually fully building the engine. But I do want to build the engine down the road. What I had planned was this motor is going to last me until the end of this year, and then after this year, I was going to fully build the motor, go big turbo, and basically make the motor as strong and good as it can. But maybe I'll be doing that earlier. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to band-aid this for now, and then come next year, then build this thing up. I don't know yet, but I have this project on the go, this on the go, and the Accord I got to get rid of. But that's what's happening, guys. If you have any questions regarding any of the cars or whatever you saw in this video, let me know in the comment section below, and I'd be more than happy to help. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.